about vulnerability and intimacy during someone's single season. Sure. And so I am sure that a lot of your audience, they're not necessarily in committed relationships, and they're kind of struggling with basically when to give it up.
That's real.
Right?
That's absolutely real.
Like, when do you balance giving it up? How do you know, like, maybe I need to go back a step and deal with the exes? I don't want to add bodies onto my list. All of that kind of complicated stuff, because we are sexual beings, but at the same time, there's a lot of shame that's attached to single women because we want that fulfillment. Absolutely. At the same time, it's you got too many bodies and you a hoe and you a this, right? So as someone who's in the industry, what are some of the conversations that are being had in regards to single women and sexuality?
So I think that everything you said is already just like a great point. And a lot of people don't really address that head on. For me, this is actually something that I've been going through recently. I have not been in a committed relationship for a couple of years now. And so even with my following, they've just been like, Samaya, what's up? Like, are you a prude now? Or you haven't given us any juicy stories or things like that. I have juicy stories. It's just right now I'm in a season of having sex with myself. I would love to have like sex with someone else, but at the same time, it's very difficult when I'm getting exactly what I want. So, for example, in the past, like a lot of my content where I'm talking about different things that I've experienced, they're coming from a moment where I got to try certain things and got to be outside, like threesomes, orgies, like let's try these different toys, things like that. And I absolutely want to do those things again. But I have also grown as a woman personally, who I am as a mother, like the things that I desire are different. And so I want to have that same type of sex, but I had to be honest with myself and say the fulfillment that I'm missing is to also have that deep, intimate connection with the person that I do these next things with. So I do believe that people have to be honest with themselves and ask, what exactly are you looking for? Because if you're just looking for someone to warm your bed so that way you can feel, like have that physical touch or to get intimate in that way with another person, you have to ask yourself, are you going to try to make that a relationship? Because I can have sexual chemistry with someone. I've had sex, don't get me wrong, but I also wasn't trying to make that a relationship, and a lot of people have great sex with someone or have great sexual chemistry, and then they try to make it something that it's not. But then on the other hand, when you do find that fuck buddy or whatever it is, a lot of times you end up having sex with someone that doesn't actually respect your decision to be able to have casual sex with them. That's why it's so hard to find it, which is why a lot of women will end up going back to an ex or having sex with someone that they kind of can have a relationship with or whatever. I am a very honest person. If all we're doing is going to have sex, you still have to respect me. We have to have a great time together, but we can both know that this isn't going anywhere. It's something that we both choose to do. We're either focused on ourselves right now, but we can fulfill each other in an intimate way, and we can have a great time when we do that. Like, we may decide to link up once or twice a month, and we watch some movies and eat some food and have a great time, play some games, and let there be intimate energy, and us me exchanging my feminine, intimate energy with your masculine energy, because we both have needs that want to be fulfilled, without you saying that like I'm a hoe or like you thinking like, oh, well, you loose, well, I wouldn't date you anyway. There's not one person that I've had sex with that would not date me in real life. But can we be honest about the fact that, is that really what it is?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think a lot of people are always trying to make something that it's not, because either they're embarrassed or either they're having sex with someone that doesn't really approve of you just having sex with them.
Okay, so now can we take it a step back?
Absolutely.
So I know that you are an expert in your field, and so your awareness of your desires and how you can position yourself sexually in relationships are probably on a higher level, the highest level in comparison to the average woman. Can the average woman have casual sex? Because what the rumor is in society is that we get attached immediately. If a woman gives a man access, it's because he must be special and she's into him. Does that exist? Does casual sex exist for women?
I think casual sex can exist for women, but also if you don't know your own body, if you don't know your own pussy, if you don't know what it do, if you think that a man is better at sex than you, then it's going to change how you think of them. You putting them on a pedestal instead of putting yourself on a pedestal. I'm a person, nobody can make this pussy talk the way that I make this pussy talk. So it's harder for me to get obsessed or, you know what I mean, get all in my head and create these fairy tale stories over a guy, because at the end of the day, it's a different form of intimacy that I'm choosing to have with another person. My suggestion to these women is to impress yourself first, and then you'll be surprised what you want from someone else. You'll be able to say, oh, this is just something that I need physically. But also, a lot of people don't have their spiritual routines down. Like, their spiritual insurance ain't paid. They don't know how to just be by themselves and say, this is not that. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to tell the truth? Do you know what you want before somebody else is in the picture?
Okay.
Do you know what you want when somebody else is in the picture? Then when that person gets in the picture, are you able to be objective and say, like, okay, sexually here, we do have this chemistry, da, 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 da. But if you don't, then you don't. But at the end of the day, it's absolutely possible. But a lot of people, they're ready to settle. We are so ready to settle. Like, enthusiastically ready to settle, you know?
Yes.
And so it just depends on where you are. And for me, I have amazing sex by myself, so it doesn't make me thirsty for dick.